From the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at the newly named New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. The folks in Buffalo love their Bills, and a moment ago they entered to the delight of this sold-out crowd. They're set for football as their Bills will do battle with the Denver Broncos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Good. 180. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Mayfield on play action. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Lorenzo Alexander in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Lorenzo Alexander brings him down. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun. Mayfield airing it out for Hamilton. And it's knocked away and incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 27-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. Give him a... Couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That ain't working. That Q stuff ain't working.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, Grant. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And this one's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd and short.
They kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, and he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They toss to Freeman. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
So they wound up passing on a long field goal try, but that works out for them really well. That one's down inside the 5-yard line.
And it's risky because your punter, if he puts it in the end zone, the net result not worth it, but there, I think worth it.
Pass 85, pass 85. 51's the mic, 51's the mic. Rip left, rip left. 51's
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd and 9, Allen, Jones has it. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Jones last year led the Bills, 652 receiving yards, 7 touchdowns, more than doubled his production from 2017. Now they're hoping for an even bigger bump this year. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can drive as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try and at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Grant. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's complete to Croft. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good pickup there at 22. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 43. Now T.J. Yeldon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A nice little juke. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Hey, Mike, there's a party now.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Allen off the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. David Bass gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Here's Allen. Caught by Jones. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
SOS. Kill. Hurry. Banjo.
On 2nd down, Freeman. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards on 1st, 4 on 2nd, and now 5 on 3rd down. Move the sticks. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go again.
Mayfield to throw it. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hurry!
Tackles.
Mayfield looks to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield with it once more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Set, 20.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Booker on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Hey, Delta.
57 for Mike. 57.
And again, it's Mayfield. That one into the hands of Hamilton. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And his throw here's incomplete. Quincy Anoon with the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hurry!
Hey, let's get in there. 57's the Mike.
Hey, alert!
57's the Mike.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Airing it out for Hamilton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Come on now, let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls.
A loss of a yard there to start out. All right, Coach, from the home of the Bills since 1973, there's a look at New Era Field just outside of Buffalo, New York. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 51.
Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. And not the start he was hoping for there, as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. On the tackle that time, Shelby Harris.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 16 yards, a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with Yeldon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 36-yard line.
Mike 51.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get... Get it to the 39.
He was brought down by Todd Davis. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now Allen. He completes it to Jones. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. And that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
19.
So we got man.
They'll run on first down. It's Grant, and he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Tackle made that time by David Bass.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
From just shy of midfield, Allen. And that throw intercepted. It's Chris Harris, the Pro Bowl corner. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Check hot right. Hot.
Undercoat.
Undercoat.
first carry for Royce Freeman. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. You think back to 2018, many people thought it would be Royce Freeman taking over as the lead back in Denver. Spent a 3rd-round pick on him, but it was Phillip Lindsay who would be in the catbird seat as the #1 running back. But still for Freeman, not a bad rookie campaign, 521 yards and 5 touchdowns as the backup. On 2nd down now. It's Freeman, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Mayfield on 1st down. Got an open man, it's a noon one. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Running right, this is Freeman. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. He goes underneath to Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
On 1st down, Grant. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They will run with Grant. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and
61, matchbox lights.
Hey. 51.
Now Allen to throw on 3rd down. And the grab by Croft. He got 29 yards that time. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll run on 1st down. It's Grant. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
On 2nd down, it's Grant. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
47. Check, 47.
On 1st down, Allen. It's caught. Smith. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Allen now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4. Allen, complete. Smith has it. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Done. Check 6 guys.
Allen going to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Bills will take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. To throw, Mayfield, and he rifles one incomplete. Royce Freeman, the intended target, 3rd down here.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. He'll let this thing go for Sam. He's got a man, complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. To throw, it's Allen. This complete to Jones. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route, the drag, and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. Now McManus for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Buying time, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. Another try after the first down sack. Allen looking middle, and it's incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, and it's 3rd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Allen hit. He lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. 1st down, Mayfield. That's complete to Jake Butt, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Check three, check three, check three.
Hurry, hurry!
It's a give to Freeman running right. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Good. 180.
Check, 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 check.
Hurry, hurry.
58, boys, 58.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And that's complete to Sanders. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
First down, Denver.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Mayfield now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield drops it underneath for Booker. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
You ain't got nothing.
58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Anuno's got it, complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line.
A gain of 15. First down, Broncos.
Mayfield brings him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. This is Freeman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
180.
Mike, 58, right there. Hey, get the weight room.
Watch out.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
3rd and long.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
Nifty move. He's got the lane, and there he goes. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brings up second and 12. At the 20.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on second and 12.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
Hurry, hurry!
Freeman again. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Third and long for Mayfield. Got a man. He finds Sanders. A big gain of 28 as the drive continues.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions. But Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second and 7, Mayfield. Got a man. That's complete to Hamilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Mayfield now 12 of 16 thus far. It's first and 10.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Here's Mayfield. And he fires one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On second and 10, Mayfield. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Set, 180!
Block 49.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll look to run with Freeman. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno. He's checking. He's checking. Crash.
Again, it'll be Freeman. And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up third down. They've been stuffed twice here for losses. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Booker's got it on the toss. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Devontae Booker, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
I'm coming after you.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And that's complete to Croft. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down.
A gain of 17 yards.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. He's going deep for Brown. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, they'll throw with Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Mayfield, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle.
58, boys, 58, 58, Mike. All you get is a headache. All you get is a headache.
Mayfield from the gun on third down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
58, boys, 58.
From the gun, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. From the 29, Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. David Bass charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Yeldon. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. He's able to chew up 8 yards on the carry there, but still 4th down upcoming. They'll go with a big back, Yeldon. They find some open field here. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
That was 4th and what we would call long in that situation, wasn't it? That wasn't 4th and inches, was it?
No, I mean, you get in those situations 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's a lot to, what would you say? A lot. And the Broncos get there and take him down. DeMarcus Walker picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. They'll run for it with Yeldon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And now they'll throw with Allen. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. But it'll be second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Allen throwing again. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Allen going to go on 4th down. He completes it to Jones. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. That turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
You're exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10. 31-yard line.
Hurry, hurry!
58, right over there, right over there.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this one also slow and developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Mayfield to throw it. Airing it out for Hamilton. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Watch the pass.
They go play action here on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Let's go.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there, pick up the 1st down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Give them 32 on the play. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Again, it's Yeldon. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Throwing now is Allen. It's caught. Smith. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 26. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it.
At the 30-yard line.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Broncos, it's just their second win here in 11 tries this season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to